All right, I hosted a paranormal talk show about true crime, conspiracy, the unexplained, all that stuff for about 10 years almost, better part of 10 years. And if you know me, I've never been sold on the idea of aliens visiting us. It's your buddy Mood Juice Magic here, and we're going to delve into this because I am watching a man lie to someone else. And I want you to tell me in the comments how you know that I know he's lying to you. Before I go any further, to clarify, I believe in Fermi's paradox. Yes, there's probably life on other planets. It makes sense mathematically, logically. But the reality, and mathematically and logically, is before we ever meet each other, one species will be extinct. That's Fermi's paradox in a nutshell. So, I don't want you to think that I'm just big on UFOs, okay? Or aliens, or all that, or visitors. Interdimensional beings, interspatial things, okay? All that bullshit. But I want you to tell me in the comments how you know that I know this guy's full of shit. All right? Ready? Here we go. I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see.
Meetings to provide information initially, and I know others are doing that. Unfortunately, some of the others doing it are known counterintelligence operatives who are providing false information. So I, briefly had a quick chat with Don Jr. at a meeting, and he had been taken in by a known counterintelligence person named Lou Elizondo, who is someone working to intercept these whistleblowers and then turn.
You seem to be a big fan of his. It's what I hear.
No, Elizondo is a paid disinformation person. And
how convinced are you of that?
100%. I have an email from the top guy at the CIA who was there when Ronald Reagan wanted to know about this when he was running for governor, who was a very young postdoc, and he immediately wrote and said this is what he's doing. Now, recently, Mr. Elizondo has started saying more correct information. Initially, he said, all of these objects out here, we don't know what they are or how they fly. Now he's admitting we have the man-made ones. And I'll tell you, the mass majority of the UFOs people see, they're not from outer space. They're not alien. They're ours. But they have dangerously been used in false flag operations and deceptive operations, what the Pentagon calls a deceptive indication and warning, or deceptive INW. The pop culture would be false flag, which means you just set up a decoy, you set up a false operation. So that was his primary responsibility when he first emerged, was to gaslight officials, gaslight Congress, and intercept witnesses.
That's a job, right?
It's a very big job. And there are a lot of people like that out there in what we call the legacy UFO subculture. They're embedded. I mean, they're not going to wear a sign to say, hey, I'm from, this operation. But
is it an actual, is there actually a undisclosed division where your job is to gaslight and confuse people, or is it
absolutely,
or is it everyone's job to gaslight and distract? Because like the opposite of a marketing, how like the propaganda book that was written,
right?
The opposite of marketing, which is you're marketing a lie to confuse the American people, so they're looking here versus here. You're saying there's a division of people that do that intentionally.
Yes, it's a whole counterintelligence, psychological warfare operations out of CIA and other agencies, and that's what they do. And I've known some of these players since the early 90s. One of them that had been involved back in those days was had been head of special forces and Army intelligence named General Albert Stubblebine, and he offered me personally in May of 1990.
All right, guys. That's the game we're going to play. I want your answers in the comments. How do you know that I know he's lying? What did you pick up on? What were the tales? The tells. What were the obvious factors to you as an individual? What did you pick up on? It's obvious this man's a liar. The question is, what part is he lying about? How is he lying? See, that's the key point here. He talks about disinformation people and a whole department of people that get paid for disinformation. To clarify, everyone in intelligence is working disinformation. There's not a department. any good intelligence person knows disinformation and information. Information is the key. That's the money. That's where the money is. Information. Disinformation. That's how you make the money from other people. This guy's full of shit. How do you think I know? Tell me what I saw in this man's mannerisms or his words or anything else. Because again, I'm not disagreeing about the fucking UAPs that we've been saying, the UFOs or whatever, being drones. I mean, the president came out and said it. Ironically, this guy suddenly agrees with that. That aside, how do you know he's lying? How do I know he's lying? Let me know in the comments. It should be an interesting conversation. I want to see what you guys have to say. This is really important because your opinion matters, because this is how we disseminate fact from fiction. This is how we know when we're being bullshitted and fucked with. And I know that you guys are smart. If you're watching this stupid channel, A, you have a twisted sense of humor, and B, you're probably quite intelligent. And you don't mind a diatribe from time to time. Can you imagine fucking Erasticles dealing with... Anyway, I mean, Plato dealing with Socrates? Like, really? Yes, I said Socrates. It's a Greek way to say it. Give me a damn break. Plato and Socrates, how's that? However you guys want to say it. Can you imagine how that must have been? Plato, name was Erasticles. Can you imagine how it was dealing with Plato day to day? I mean, Socrates day to day. Having to listen to him in his diatribes. Do you think he was upset? Nah, no. He got to listen to all of the other Greek scholars talk shit out of their ass all day long. But he found one person that was saying the most intelligent thing, and that's who he listened to. It was the man that said, "Doubt me too," and find truth. I'm neither Plato nor Socrates. I'm just some damn ginger with a beanie on right now and headset telling you this guy's full of shit. And it's super obvious. I just want to know why you know. Anyway, I'm Mood Juice Magic. I love you in the face, and I will catch you later, guys. All right. See you on the next one. I'm going to go and bathe myself in the fiery flames.